y'all, it's your girl Real Rose, and I'm here with the lovely, lovely Zena, and we are out here in Coney Island, Brooklyn, okay? But this girl is originally from Staten Island, am I correct?
Yes, I am.
And you traveled a lot. You've gone to different places around here.
Yes, I have. Sometimes as a New Yorker, you have to roll with the punches, I would like to say. So sometimes you got to go to Brooklyn. Yeah. Sometimes you got to go to Manhattan.
Yep.
But right now we in Coney Island.
Absolutely, absolutely. Lovely. Actually, we're at Kitchen 21. If you guys don't know, that's the amphitheater. I came here and I was like, what? Okay, it is no joke. So you know people around here, I'm assuming.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I want to go into your music because, of course, I love the single, Making Love. How did that even get started? Like, how did you, was there someone who did a little something, something?
Well, once upon a time, as I like to say, when love was my everything, I experienced making love to the one that I loved and who loves me. And one of the things as a woman I would do, as I thought about it, I think all women do, is they really take time to get ready for the person they're going to make love to. So you get your hair done, your nails done, if you're waxed, if you shave, you go get your Victoria's Secret, you smell good, all for him. And then, of course, he messes it up.
Right.
However, as a woman, you think about what you want to look like when you're about to make love to the one that you love. So with the video, for example, what I wanted to do is give a visual of what women dream about, how they would look when they're about to make love, and for the men, satisfy their fantasy of what they want their lady to look like when they're making love.
Yes, because I ain't gonna lie. I put in a little Jodeci, I put a little music in there, R. Kelly up in there while I'm getting myself ready. So I definitely feel what you're talking about. Get that ready, making that love. So the video, you just mentioned about the concept of the video, and I'm seeing it a little bit more different because I was like, hold up, she's in the woods, but then it's like fantasy, but then it's like sexual. You guys gotta take a look. If you haven't seen the video, I'll put the link in, drop it down so you guys could take a look at the video. Yes. So I noticed when me and you first met was at WBLS's Lenny Green was performing. Well, not performing, but he was hosting an event at BB King's, and you was performing. How did you get on that? That's love.
So, great question. Shout out to Lenny Green of the Quiet Storm with WBLS. Lenny's a dear friend of mine, and he's always believed in me and my music. And I always told him I would never come to him unless I was coming correct, because I respect him and his legacy that he has. And, for so many artists that have had the opportunity to be on his station, it's a big deal. Yeah. So every month he does a live podcast. And that month, which was February 9th, he did a live podcast from BB King's, and also shout out to Chrisette Michelle, who's also co-hosting. Yes. So he gave me the opportunity to debut my single on radio live, and also if you were watching his podcast, you got to see me perform live in BB King. So that's how that came about.
And she was wearing a beautiful, I would say grayish silver, but more so silver dress. It was so elegant, so perfect for the moment, and it, you really captivated the audience. What did because you mentioned Chrisette Michelle was there. What did she say after she heard you perform?
She was very intrigued with the song. She said to me she was very impressed with how I thought about every single detail of the song, the visual, the lyrics. She really did appreciate the creative process. And shout out to Estee and Chloe, Henry Picado, who designed my dress as well.
Yeah, the dress was amazing. If you guys haven't taken a look at it, make sure you check out her Instagram, which I'm going to put the link over here. And we're going to be showing it a couple of times if you haven't seen it yet, so don't worry about it. But take a look because it is on her Instagram, yes. So I was just like, yes, that's amazing. So I noticed that you've been singing since you were 4 or 5 years old?
Yes, I am.
And in the church, yes. So what was your favorite song?
Every song, because I had to sing every song. And when you're in church and your childhood is only gospel, strict childhood, we were in a position, as me and my sister, I have 2 sisters, we only were allowed to do gospel. So for us it was second nature. Of course it's a lifestyle, but we would always, it doesn't matter what song it was, as long as we were singing and we were doing what we love, we just sang. So.
And how did your family feel when you transitioned, when you were okay, I want to sing something a little sexy?
As parents, you raise up your child and how you want them to go. However, you know, we didn't always get there overnight. So, you know, they used to listen to Bootsy Collins and things like that. So it's one of those things that even though they would have wanted me to continue to do gospel, which I will always do gospel, to have that dynamic of transitioning into a different type of genre, they can appreciate my effort and appreciate my drive, because one thing that you can't stop is somebody's passion.
Right.
And from little, going to church, yes, but at 4, I was every Saturday at 12 o'clock singing Soul Train. Every Saturday, I was trained. So, you know, it's always been a part of me. Music has always been a part of me, and they support it. They do.
Right. Now, I know you have an event going on tonight, actually, and we were just speaking about it, but you said you were like, I have to stay home. I'm in the zone with writing my music, getting myself in my zone. So what is your because you said there's like even a creative process when you wake up in the morning. So what is your creative process?
So in the morning, of course, we get up, we pray, do our devotional, have our healthy breakfast, because today's not a cheat day.
Right.
And after that, I literally work out for an hour, you know, because sometimes as artists, you can't get to the gym all the time. So that's no excuse to not make things happen.
Right.
You know, and one of the things that I really admire is I see people that don't have limbs. You know, they don't have certain things, but that doesn't stop them. So why is it stopping me? So I get up every morning that I'm breathing and I do my routine. After that, you know, I listen to different types of music, and if something strikes me to write, I start to write. But today it was just heavy on me.
Yeah.
So I said, you know, today I may have to spend that time in my artistry and create and write songs. And for me, I create with no tracks.
Right.
So I can write the tracks, but the way that I've literally come up with every single song, and there's more to come, is with no tracks. I come up with melody first.
Wow.
If the melody sticks, then I put lyrics. And then I allow a producer to design around my vocals. So I want every song to be as organic as possible, and for it to be a real authentic connection.
Right.
So for me, connecting is something that is important to me in my routine, because if I'm not connected to do it, I cannot do it. It's not real. Yeah.
So I also know, you know, you've worked with the likes of like Wyclef, Ja Rule. There's another person, I want to make sure I say the name right, because it's a little bit Algebra. Algebra Blessing. So what songs were those, and how did that even how did you connect with them?
So singing all my life, but officially getting into the industry, I came in as a model.
Okay.
And I was modeling for different clothing lines, doing magic, post shows, all of those trade shows. And as you model, people need models for their music videos. So,
Right.
you know, I was asked to be a part of, Wyclef he did a remix of Coming to Damascus with Tego. So I was in that video. And then with Ja Rule, it was the New York video everybody goes crazy for. I got 100 clips. So I'm in that video.
Okay.
And Algebra Blessed, that came across, I went to a casting, and they liked my look and casted me for her music video. So it's just, you know, being in the loop and being present and letting people see you, and, you know, being personable and letting opportunities come to you and then taking them on as you see fit for yourself.
Absolutely. And you not only just do things for yourself, you're always helping others as well. Yes, which we will get into very shortly, because I think that's amazing. But I just remember this one other thing I wanted to ask you, and it was more so, you said there was a tragedy that occurred to you. So like, what happened?
So, back to love. Love. The one that really was my true love, I can honestly say that. Rest and bless Chris Sandy. He was a Harlem Globetrotter, humanitarian, and we were very much in love with each other. And unfortunately, Thanksgiving Day 2006, he was hit by a drunk driver overseas playing ball. So anyone who goes through something like that, when you are planning to spend the rest of your life with someone and get a hit like that, it knocks the wind out of you.
Right.
And for me, that's exactly what it did. Like, singing, eating, none of those things existed to me because my world was flipped upside down. Right. So I had to learn how to cook again. I had to learn how to sing all over again. I had to learn how to live again. And in that process is how I came out with touching back into the good memories, and that's how I started to write Making Love and many other songs that are coming soon for my album.
Wow, that is deep. That's I can't even imagine. I don't want to imagine, but I can't even imagine what you're going through. Like, I had a friend who I was dating years ago, and when he passed, we stopped dating. We weren't dating at the time. And when I heard he passed, I was so in shock because I was away and stuff, and it was just like, what? And it was a motorcycle accident. He got hit by a motorcycle, and I know he used to love getting on the motorcycles, and just to hear, like, and I wasn't even in love or anything, but that hurt. Like, I was crying. I had a wedding to go to. I was crying. I was like, oh my gosh, because it was just the fact that even me knowing you right now, it's like, if something were to happen, I'm like, oh, this is something happening to Zena. Like, what the hell happened? And this was the love of your life. What was like, I won't say what was running through your head, because there's so many things that could have been running through your head, but like, what brought you back to music? Like, how did you, like, what was the, what helped you?
My turning point. I would say that, over the course of mourning, which is not easy, again, because he was in entertainment, just in sports, and, if you know him, you would connect to me. So for me, it was one of those things that I got to a point where I was literally eating my feelings, and all hours of the day and the night. And I love food. I don't hide that, but I couldn't hide it either, because it was literally getting on my weight. So when I looked in the mirror, it was like, okay, I look good, thick, but this is not me.
Right.
So once I realized at that moment, I just looked in the mirror one day, I said, this is not me. This is not who I am. It's time to change it. And one thing that I can say is change is inevitable. Whether you like the change or you don't like the change is going to happen. The question is, what is your decision? What is your contribution to the change?
Because of what was happened, the tragedy that you had to go through, are you single?
I am single.
Mm-hmm. And are you looking?
I'm not looking.
Okay.
The way that me and Chris met, I wasn't looking. So I really do believe in things happening when it's time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I am single. Okay. I'm just really focused on everything that we're talking about right now. So time is limited, but if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. All right, that's good. That's very good. Focus on yourself. That is true. So now we're gonna get into what I've been dying to tell everybody. You got a web series, and not just any web series, a musical web series. Let the viewers know what's it called.
So my musical web series is called A to Zena. That's ATOZIINA. Mm-hmm. And I watch a lot of web series, and I just said this would be a great way to give another platform to the audience, which is the people, on who I am as a person and also as an artist. But I said, what can we make, or what can we do that's different? Because obviously I love to sing. Mm-hmm. So I said, well, they do it on Broadway. They do musicals. So why can't we just do a musical web series? So
that's different.
Yeah, thank you. So, just talking with my team, we said, the light bulbs went off. We said, okay, this can really work. Mm-hmm. So once we all agreed on this is what we're going to do, I started to, do research on how to write scripts, because again, I'm not a screenplay writer. Right. I am now, right. But I wasn't before, and you do your due diligence, you do your homework. So I started to write a script and study scripts, and just started to write. And I just said, you know what, we're going to need cast members. I think I want every main cast member to be an actual musician.
Wow.
So for every cast member that I've been honored to be introduced to be a part of this, have been more than willing to be vulnerable on camera, to confide, and also choose to allow me to put what they want to share with the world. It's one thing to confide in someone. Right. It's something totally different when you're saying, okay, this is what I want to share with the world, and giving me that opportunity. And it's an honor for me to be able to tell their stories as well as mine. Okay. So A to Zena is coming.
Yeah, better be a lookout.
It's definitely coming, and I must shout out my cast. Shout out to Gordon Andres, shout out to Mr. Monk, shout out to Laura Dowling, shout out to Jalen Bloomberger, and of course myself, Zena.
Which you guys also, I might be doing, not maybe, I will be doing, that's right, you gotta say, well, I will be doing an interview once it comes out, so you guys stay tuned for that, because we will have the cast out here, okay, from A to Zena, so don't, stay tuned. Yes. So that's amazing that you're giving back, and you're bringing a whole bunch of people, and even to be vulnerable and to showcase their secrets. because that's what we're going to be seeing. Secret.
So it's one of those things that in life we all go through things, and not a lot of people like to dwell in the past. But one of the things I've realized as a human being in life, going through things and life happening to me, but now me happening to life, is that in order to get to that point, there's a start and a finish.
Right.
And everyone goes through things, but not many show how you can get out of those things. So with the web series, myself and the cast members have put on our responsibility and our purpose hats ting, to show you what we've experienced and also how we have gotten out of it. And I feel like if this was done more, a lot of things that people go through that they don't get out of, they would have.
Right.
And it's so important for me because I know I was one that almost didn't make it.
Right.
You know, so it's my responsibility as well as for, you know, the cast. We are servicemen and women just in music, giving our service as we should to be a voice for the voiceless and show a way out of what you're going through, because there is a way out.
Absolutely. I wow, this is going to be a deep web series, because this is you know how music pretty much is to a lot of people. Music moves us in different ways because everyone is going through different things, and this is more so now you're showing the story of each person who's singing. So is it like original songs that's going to be portraying towards what they went through type of thing, or is it going to be?
Absolutely, and great question. Every song that you will be hearing in the web series are songs that the artists have and are actual reflections of what they've experienced in life. So it goes hand in hand. And I'm so excited.
That is amazing. I can't wait. I cannot wait. So anything else you got coming up that we should know about?
You know, we're always doing things. I'm definitely, after the web series, you'll be able to download the playlist for all the songs that you'll be hearing from the cast. We will be performing, so stay tuned for dates for the A to Zena tour. And in Christmas time, I'm not rushing to get back to the winter, but just a heads up, I should be dropping my album, which is called Heartbleed. And Heartbleed is a word that I came up with that describes all the emotions of the heart. So whether you're happy, you're sad, you're hungry, you're horny, you feel these emotions. And as human beings, we feel the same emotions just at different times in life. So for example, Making Love is one of the emotions coming from the album. And I do have some songs for the web series as well that are from the album.
Okay.
So I'm giving you a little, you know, feeding you a little bit as we go until you get to Christmas, and then you get to unravel the whole thing.
That's great.
So I'm really excited. So album definitely by the end of this year.
Oh man, I'm really excited to hear this. Like, this is like amazing. So, you know, we're going to grab a little drinks, but before we do, I want you to tell the viewers where they can find you.
Okay, so all of my social media is IAMZIINA. So you can go to my website, IamZena.com, Instagram, IamZena, Twitter, IamZena, on YouTube, I Am Zena channel. Stay tuned for the Vivo. Vivo's coming as well. I Am Zena. I'm going to be on Vivo as well. Okay. So I'm definitely coming. And I made it easy so you can't not find me. It's IamZiina.
I love that. I love that. You see what I mean? Keep it simple, keep it straightforward. This girl is making moves. You are the real deal, and that's why I'm here interviewing you, because you know that's what I do. I look for the real deal people, and this girl, she is doing things. Make sure you check out her single, Making Love. It's also on WBLS. You can download it. We have the links all here, so if you don't know, now you do. Thank you so much for speaking with me and even taking the time and bringing me out here to Coney Island. Oh my God, it looks so nice out.
It's nice, and we're gonna enjoy some good food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Kitchen 21 got some good chicken wings. I love food. Yeah, what's your favorite here at Kitchen 21?
Oh, the dry rub wings with the buffalo sauce.
Wow, we about to try that next. You guys stay tuned.
It's good.
We out.